this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and this is another little video where I look at my drawings from the Draw a Day challenge, which is a 365-day drawing challenge where you have to draw something every day for a year. So what I've been doing is, each month I've been drawing a different creature or animal, and the first month was fishies, that was for October. November was worms, and December was robins, and today is the 1st of November. I'm here today with Bobby the doggy. He's got a little mouthlet. Ruff, 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 ruff. So, little Bobby, he was actually a gift for Christmas from the person I'm doing this challenge with, who is Rebecca Barrett. You can find her on Instagram at rebecca.barrett, but she's also doing the challenge, and so these are some of her images from the month of November. This one is from day 64. There's a bunch of penguins. I love the shape of these penguins. I think it's cool. That's from the 9th of December. This one, day 65. Little mouse posting some letters. Again, lots of character in that one. It's cool. This is my favourite. I think this might be my favourite thing that I've ever seen from Rebecca Barrett. It's so simple. I love it. I love the colours and the shapes. It's got like a attitude about him as well, and there's nice shapes between stuff. This was from day 73, 18th of November, and then another one I like was from the 30th of December, day 65. A couple of trees. I love trees, and there's like a little heart in the middle. I think that's cool. But you can find Rebecca Barrett at rebecca.barrett on Instagram. I'll put a link in the description for this video and stuff. Little Bobby, he's cool, he is, little Bobby. So I think he's going to get onto future podcasts and stuff. Talking about podcasts, this week's episode, which will be episode 92 I think, I'm going to talk about what I've learnt so far from this drawing challenge. So things I noticed really a lot in December was a struggle with perspective. So I'm going to talk about my troubles seeing in perspective and turning what I see in my head into a drawing. I'll talk about that. I'm going to talk about how I think I'm more creative than I thought I was, how I play it safe too much, reference images, and how limits are freeing. So that'll be this week's podcast, which will go up on Sunday, which will be Sunday the 5th. But, so let's get into this one. All I do on this video is I just go through my little drawings and talk about them. So this was the final drawing of November. It's called The Final Worm, and the little worm there. What I do is, the last day of each month, I draw the character from the previous month, which for November was worms, but I introduced the new creature for the next month. So this was the robin. I like that one. What I did on that one was I did textures on his belly, and I didn't really do that on the other ones, so I should have done that a bit more I think. But this was day 57, the Advent Calendar Robin, 1st of December. There's a little robin coming out of an Advent calendar. I thought it was quite cool. And what I loved about December was the Advent calendar. I love eating chocolate. This one, day 58, the Looking After the Kids Robin. And it's a little robin. The little worms come back, look. Little robin feeding these little kids. And what I did on that, I made those darker after I'd coloured them in, so that they would pop a bit more. I like that one. It's got a little story going on there. Quite cool. There's a funny one, this. Day 59, the playing in the snow robins. Or robin. I wish it snowed this year. It didn't snow though. It would have been nice to have had a Christmas in the snow. But this is a little robin throwing snowballs at his friend. It's quite funny. But this was when I started playing with the shapes. And this was the main thing I loved about these robins. Unlike the worms, with the worms I felt a bit limited by the shapes of them. But the robins, I could just start playing with the shapes, and I really did this month. And this was the first one. I made him like a little simple shape. I tried to simplify him. I tried to simplify the robin. This one, the cooking robin. So your little kids are back again, sitting at the table, waiting for their dinner. Again, a little bit of funniness in that one, I think. That was day 60. Day 61, I started playing with the shapes. So what I did was a series of different shaped robins. And what I was trying to turn the shape of a robin into straight lines. And I think it kind of works, but I like the ones later better. So that was an experiment. I also did the branch with angles as well. That was called the angular robin. Day 61. Day 62, the Christmas ball robin. I was trying to make the robin look like a Christmas ball, but still have the things about the robin. It's a bit weird, that one. The triangle robin. I like that one. It's quite funny. Even his little legs are triangles. It's really cool when you're trying to turn something into basic shapes like that. It's challenging, but it's fun. It's really fun because you start realising what is actually important in the robin. So you only keep the important bits. So you learn quite a lot doing that, I think. This was called the square robin, day 64. Reminds me a little bit of Minecraft, that one. I could imagine him in Minecraft. Right. The Hexagon Robin, day 65. I was going to make a little beak on him, but I thought that's kind of like a beak. Kind of works. Little tail popping out. It's quite cool. The Bumblebee Robin, day 66. I feel like I could have made that more of a bee. I was like struggling with, do I make it a bee that looks like a robin or a robin that looks like a bee? And I ended up sort of in the middle, where it's kind of like a bumblebee robin. But this is something that I learnt in one of these articles in the Character Design Quarterly magazine. She said about what you want to do is take two different creatures and combine them. That's the first time I've ever tried doing that. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But I'm going to have to keep doing that, so I think I'm definitely going to do that again this month. This one is day 67, the rubber robin. It's a little robin on the end of a pencil is a rubber with some pencils, rubbing out the pencils. I enjoyed doing that one. And I think he kind of looks 3D-ish. It does. I was trying my best to make things look as 3D as I could, thinking about lights and shadows, but again I'm still struggling with that. I'm going to write that down as well for the podcast. Light and shadows. Because I'm trying to do it. This was day 68, the Batman and Robin. I don't even know where this one come from. I was at work trying to think of an idea for that day's Robin, and I just thought of Batman, and then I thought Batman and Robin. I like that little Robin. It's quite cool. This was the ribbon Robin, because I started playing with words. I thought the rubber Robin, the ribbon Robin, there's another one later, something Robin. I was trying to get some play on words and stuff. So this is a robin with a ribbon. A ribbon round the robin. Day 69 that was. Day 70, the shy robin. Little robin poking his head out. He's kind of cool as well. But he doesn't look like a robin. He looks more like to me he looks more like a penguin. So that's something I noticed as well. I started struggling to keep the shape of the robins consistent. And this goes into something I want to talk about on the podcast, which is reference. Because one of the things with this challenge is one of the rules was not to use reference, but I feel like I'm going to have to start using reference. But day 71, the Santa's little helper robin. It's a little robin helping Santa deliver his presents. It's quite cool. I was thinking about that one. I had to really think about what colour to make the sack so that it would pop but complement the robin. I think it's alright. This one I feel like is a bit of a failure. Day 72, the heart robin. I was trying to make the robin in the shape of a heart. It doesn't really work. Where's my sketchbook? I'm just gonna get my sketchbook. Ding! Because in my sketchbook, I feel like this one looked better. It looked more like a heart in the sketchbook. But when I did it for real, it didn't. So this is what I do. I scribble out little ideas in my... That was when I didn't make it. The Rambo robin. Should have done that. It was going to be a robin dressed up like Rambo. This is my idea for the bumblebee. See, that one was more like a bumblebee as a robin, and that was more like a robin as a bumblebee or something. A flying robin. That didn't make it either. Lots of little ideas that didn't make it. The curvy robin. I should have done that one. That's quite cool. The cooking robin. I changed the name of that one. Day 73. One of my favourites, this. The sleeping robin. He looks so sort of content. I'm practicing what Jake Parker said. So on his course, Jake Parker, on his how to ink course at SVS Learn, he talks about when you're doing edges of things, make the lines dark, overlapping shapes and overlapping lines, you want them to be the darkest because it creates depth. And then things that are edges of things within things, like that there, I made it super light because it's not really, it's more of like a soft edge. So I am practicing the things I'm learning. Day 74, the rainbow robin. That's one of my favourites as well. That was fun to do that one, and I enjoyed mixing the colours. That's something I've got to do as well more, is blending the colours together is fun. I like this one as well. The Santa hat robin. Day 75. Little robin underneath a Santa hat. It's kind of cool. Day 76. The Christmas cracker robin. Little cracker robin. He's got like a little thing, like he's a toy. I like the shape of that one. Sort of simplified him. Day 77, the Christmas belly robin. Big fat belly. I think a lot of people will like that after Christmas. I ate so much, I was going to say shite. I ate so much chocolate and stuff over Christmas that a couple of days, I think it was Boxing Day, I didn't even want to look at the chocolate anymore, that I put it all in the kitchen so that other people could eat it. Day 78 though was all about chocolate. The Sweeties robin. The 22nd of December. So I was still looking forward to Sweeties. Again, I made him darker than everything else to make him pop. It's just a little robin surrounded by sweeties. I think that was, I don't know, day 79, the candy cane robin. This is when I was trying to start doing perspective and stuff. So it kind of works. It's quite hard for me to do perspective though. Day 80, the round robin. Nice little simple shape. He looks like a bomb. It's like a bomb or something. Day 80. So that was the last page of that sketchbook. And moved on to this new sketchbook. This one is probably the worst one I've done in the entire 80 odd days so far. It's called the Christmas Present Robin. This was on December the 25th, so Christmas Day. It was a robin coming out of a Christmas present, but I feel like I messed up the colours. I like those colours together, but I don't think it goes with the robin. Again, in my sketchbook, this one looked a lot better, I think. It was there. I feel like the sketchbook one looked better because I feel like the perspective was a bit better in the sketchbook one, and he looked a bit more like he was coming out of the box, whereas in there, yeah, I'm not so happy with that one. Day 82, the Boxing Day robin, little robin in the boxing ring. Quite funny. Again, trying to think of light and shadow. Oh, I like this one. Day 83, the singing robin. Little robin sat in a tree singing. Tiny little bit of colour as well, which I think kind of works. It makes the robin pop, which is cool. And then I did a series of robins in little boats. I wish I had done this one earlier because I really enjoyed doing this one. But this was called the Rowing Robin. This was me again picking playful words. Little robin rowing in his little boat. And then the next day, day 85, the little robin stopped rowing and he's now the chilling robin. So he's sat in his little boat floating along. He's chilling so much that on day 86 he became the oblivious robin, because he's still chilling, but he's about to go over the edge of a waterfall. It's quite funny. And then he made it though. He survived, because robins are the best. And this was day 87, yesterday, 31st of December, the final robin. So that little robin, he survived the waterfall and he's now going off on his adventures. And this is the new animal for January. It's the otter. So January's going to be all about otters, and I haven't done today's yet. I'm going to do it straight after this video, and I've got no idea what I'm going to do. I've got nothing in my sketchbook for him, so I'm going to have to just make something up. But I picked the otter because I think, again, I wanted a creature that I can play with the shapes, and I think his tail's going to be fun, I think, because you're going to have the wiggliness of like a worm for his tail, but you got like the shape of him, which is kind of like a robin. So it's almost like you've got a robin with a worm, and then you've got little feet that you can play with as well. So I'm really looking forward to January, doing the little otter, and I'm going to try to remember to do different shaped otters. And what was the other thing I wanted to do? Yeah, I'm gonna start using reference, I think. I'll see how it goes today. But what was my favourite one? I think my favourite one was probably... Actually, my favourite one, I think, was... I quite like that one. I think my favourite one's that one. Because it's kind of like... It's like a little story. Yeah. But I really enjoyed that. I think December was my favourite month so far. And we're now on to day 88, which would be the two fat ladies. And interesting to see what happens over January. But that was basically it for December, the Draw a Day challenge. And like I said, make sure you check out Rebecca on Instagram at rebecca.barrett. She's creating really fun stuff. You can find me at sophie.lawson, but I'll put links and everything in the description. And basically that's it. So I'll see you next time for another one. Yay!